This video is related to the Advanced 2 Learning Unit of the Data Visualization Educational Module. Traditionally, we used something like Microsoft Excel to do data analysis. For example, the figure in the slide shows an Excel worksheet that contains sales results for a sample chain of stores. In terms of analyzing this data in Excel, about the only good thing we can say is that the information is organized so that each row contains the record of one sale and each column contains the data for one field. The next step of analyzing the data can be challenging. In the following slides, we use Tableau Public to analyze and visualize the data contained within this same Excel worksheet. In this case, we chose to connect using Excel under the To a File option and browse to the location of the sample, Superstore data set provided by Tableau Public. This sample and others are stored in a directory called My Tableau repository that accompanies the Tableau Public download. In the Connect pane at the left side of the home screen as described in the Core Learning Unit, click the Excel link under the To a File heading to display the open dialog box, as shown in Figure A in the slide. Using the open dialog box, the Excel worksheet sample, Superstore.xls can be selected and clicking the Open button to continue. Doing so displays the data source screen shown in Figure B in the slide. Now we can select the Orders sheet from the navigation menu on the left and drag it onto the Drag Sheets Here area, as shown in Figure B. We are done with defining the connection and ready to click the Sheet 1 tab in the lower left corner of the screen. Note that a pop-up appears, informing to go to the Tableau worksheet associated with the data as shown in Figure A in this slide. This will move user from the data source page to the workspace shown in Figure B. Tableau Public has 3 different types of pages that user can use to create and present data analysis results. These include worksheets, dashboards, and stories. Just to highlight that, worksheets can be used to create visualizations. Dashboards can be used to combine 2 or more worksheets for sharing. Stories can be used as a means of stepping people through worksheets and dashboards with commentary to guide them through the analysis. To create a bar chart that analyzes sales by subcategory of the available data in the sample, Superstore.xls file, the following steps must be performed. In the sample workbook created previously, drag the sales field from the measures section of the data pane and drop it onto the columns shelf to produce the result shown in Figure A in this slide. Next, drag subcategory from the dimensions section of the data pane and drop it onto the rows shelf, as shown in Figure B. So, with just 2 steps, a simple bar chart created that provides an analysis of sales broken down by subcategory. Now, suppose that we'd like to go a step further and make the analysis even more useful by also showing how profitable the sales were. Tableau Public provides several options, depending upon how we'd like to display the results, therefore we will have a quick look at a couple of these methods to see what happens. One of the fields that's available in the data pane is profit, so we can use that field in a number of different ways to enhance Tableau's analysis. If we'd like to show profit as a secondary bar chart, simply drag and drop profit onto the columns shelf to the right of where we dropped sales. Figure A displays the result. Although the secondary bar chart does display the profits for each subcategory, someone might not find that this type of chart is particularly intuitive. A better option might be to add a second bar to the original chart so that viewers can see a bit more clearly how sales and profits are linked in each subcategory. To modify the chart, do the following. Click the Undo button to revert to the way the chart appeared before profit was dropped on the columns shelf. Drag profit and drop it on the sales axis at the bottom of the chart. As Figure B shows, the chart now displays bars for both profit and sales on the same chart. Now, assume that rather than having separate bars for profit and sales, we would like to use different colors to indicate how profitable the sales were in each of the subcategories. To make this change to the chart, again click the Undo button to remove the bar for profit from the chart. Next, click Profit and drag it to color on the marks card. Now Tableau shows the profitability of sales in each subcategory on a continuous color scale, as shown in the figure in this slide. Finally, we are going to create another chart that will show sales values geographically. In this case, we'll display state sales on a map with different sized symbols to indicate each US state sales. We will put the sales by state map on a separate sheet rather than modifying the existing bar chart. Doing so will enable the user to show both charts on a Tableau public dashboard. It is good practice to give descriptive names to sheets. This makes it easier when the user is ready to build a dashboard. User can rename a sheet by double-clicking the sheet name which appears below the workspace and then typing a name to use. To create the sales by state map, perform the following steps. Click the New Worksheet button, the one to the right of the Worksheet Name tab near the bottom of the workspace, to create a new sheet for the map. Hold down the Command, in Mac, or Control, in Windows, key while selecting the field State and Sales in the data pane. Click the Show Me button to display the chart palette, as shown in Figure A in the slide. Click the Symbol Maps option, the first option in the second row from the top, to display the data using differently sized symbols to represent sales for each state. Click the Show Me button again to hide the chart palette and display the state sales map, as shown in Figure B in the slide. In some cases, we want to draw attention to a particular point, mark, or area in the graph. One way to do this is to add an annotation to the view. To add an annotation, we perform the following steps. Right-click the chart to add the annotation. Select Annotate from the menu that appears as is shown in Figure A in the slide. Choose Mark, Point, or Area depending on whether we want to add the annotation to one of the marks, to a specific point, or to an area on the chart. We need to click on a mark to add a mark annotation, but the point and area annotations can be placed anywhere in the view. Create the annotation in the Edit Annotation dialog box, as shown in Figure B, and then click OK to add the annotation to the chart as is depicted in Figure C. In the Advanced 2 Learning Unit, the steps for analyzing data in Tableau Public were presented. Specifically, using as data source an Excel file that's stored in a directory called My Tableau repository that accompanies the Tableau Public download, the procedure for analyzing and visualizing data, enhancing the analysis, using color, displaying the results in map and adding annotations to bring attention to something important, were discussed. This is the end of the Advanced 2 Learning Unit. Thanks for watching this video.